Emotions are weird, and at any given point, you're feeling an emotion. In fact, you can more than likely pick whatever you're feeling from this wheel right here, called the emotion wheel. When it comes to emotions, there are comfortable emotions and uncomfortable ones. For example, anger is an uncomfortable emotion. When you become angry, your chest tightens, your breathing might become more shallow and quick, and you can start to feel aggressive towards something or someone. In some cases, when we're angry, we might say or do something we don't really mean. And the result of that is we then feel guilty or sad that we acted in a way that made other people have uncomfortable emotions. Whether we like it or not, emotions are a part of being human. They're unavoidable, and the more we run away from them, the more they can trap us. So let's talk about these negative emotions, why we get them, how we understand and deal with them, and most importantly, how we can live our lives in a way that with time and effort can stop negative emotions. Now, when I say the word negative emotion, I'm not saying these emotions are bad or wrong. I'm simply stating that these emotions hold a negative charge in the body, that they don't feel nice or pleasant. That doesn't mean that these types of emotions such as anger, depression, or anxiety are bad. While they might feel bad, they actually do us a huge favor and are a very important aspect of being human. Imagine when you're born, you're given a car, a brand new, beautiful, and unique car that nobody has ever seen before. You're told that this is the only car you will ever get your whole life. If the car breaks down, you won't be given another car. I bet you would take really good care of this car because you need it to get around. You would make sure you put gas in the tank, replace the oil regularly, rotate the tires, and don't let it sit out in the weather. This car is the same as your human body. Now, imagine you're driving down the road in your car, and all of a sudden the little check engine light turns on. Would you say that the check engine light is bad? Of course not. The check engine light is simply letting you know about a problem with the car. Negative emotions are the check engine light for the human body. They let us know whenever there is something wrong in our lives that we should look at more carefully. I understand this doesn't solve anything. We still feel sad, upset, lazy, jealousy, and other things that make our lives uncomfortable. I do hope, however, that this helps you see that the emotion itself is not the problem, just as the check engine light isn't the source of the problem. And you're sure, like, yeah, that's great and all, but how do I actually deal with these emotions? So let me give you an exercise that you can do right now, and anytime you're feeling a negative emotion, or anytime in fact. First, take 3 deep breaths into your nose, into your stomach, filling your lungs, your whole body, and letting it all go. Next, try placing your attention on your hand, feeling your heartbeat inside of your hand. Really focus on just this aspect of it. Any part of your body works, so try with whatever. Anything really, like you can do your foot, you can do the middle of your eyebrows right here, whatever's most comfortable for you. And as you do this, try following your breath. Try focusing on one thing as well as the breath, almost 2 things at the same time, if that makes sense. Watch as you inhale and exhale. Follow the breath. And after you do this for a little bit, try wiggling your toes. Feel what it's like having those weird little niblets on the end of your feet. Just experience what it's like to be a human. Take time to be present. Feel what it's like to breathe. Feel what it's like to have hands. And take some time to look around wherever you are, like it's the first time you've ever seen the place you're at. What does the floor look like where you're at? What does it feel like? What are the sounds around you right now? Of course, there's my voice and the music in the video, but can you notice anything else? What's currently going on right now? Right now, look around. What's happening? Can you pick up on anything? Now, this all might seem very silly, But if you practice this every time you remember it, you can see some amazing results. If you really give it your all with full attention. The human mind is a weird thing. It likes to focus on one subject. When the mind focuses only on one thing, that's all we see. The mind loves to focus on negative things, especially emotions, thoughts, and feelings. Now, if you say you don't want to think about something, guess what? You're gonna think about it. If I said, don't think of a pink elephant right now, what are you thinking about? The same goes for negative emotions. If we try to avoid them or not think about them, they're going to be right there, and sometimes even stronger than before. However, if we give the mind something else to focus on and bring our awareness and attention to what is currently happening in our immediate reality, we can begin to build muscle in our body, mind, and heart. This is known as mindfulness practice. It's an act of being completely in the moment, here and now. Whenever you remember this, take a moment. Take a moment to practice this. Take a moment to try to be present. Look around. You'll be amazed at what happens in time. Now, this is a quick remedy for helping to ground us, but I'd like to share some things with you that could make huge positive changes in your life, so you begin to feel more positive emotions overall. So let's go back to our car analogy. And like our car, our body has things that we need to keep maintenance on. Instead of fuel for the car, we need food to keep us healthy and strong. What we eat has a tremendous, and I mean tremendous, effect on our mental health. Sometimes, something as simple as changing the things we eat and drink can make a significant impact on our overall happiness. It really is true that you are what you eat. And if you eat junk food all the time, you're gonna feel like junk. Trust me, I know. I used to eat and drink nothing but fast food and soda for 2 years. I'd always feel miserable, and I had no idea why. After changing my diet and stopped drinking soda, which was a very difficult thing for me to do, I felt so much better. I had so much more energy and all of that. But emotions are not as simple as just eating the right things and you'll be happy all the time. We're weird creatures after all. Instead of oil for the engine, the human body loves exercise and movement. Having something that we do daily can really give us more energy and joy in our day-to-day life. For me, I like hikes, working out, dancing, and other forms of moving my body. While these things can be tiring and hard in the moment, I always feel great after I complete something, especially a difficult hike or a workout. Instead of air for the tires, having something creative we work on keeps us light and rolling. Some of you might say, I'm not a creative person, and trust me, you're a very creative person. You just need to find something that really interests you. Something that makes us think, something that challenges us, something that makes us work to strengthen our brain. Music, art, poetry are all the main forms of being creative, but truly anything can be creative if you're creative with it. See what I did there? But seriously, taking time to simply write down in a journal can be amazing. But most importantly, for a car and for a human, is having a destination. Otherwise, we just go in circles and become frustrated. Setting goals or places we want to go and working towards them is truly one of the best cures for negative emotions. This can be a tricky one though, because where do you want to go? And I really do mean you. What do you want to do in your life? Really ask yourself that question. What in this life would make you the most happy? Not what your friends want, not what your parents want. It could be learning the piano. It could be becoming an astronaut. It could be being the first person to make macaroni and cheese in the lost city of Atlantis. Just kidding. That's gonna be me. I don't even try. I call dibs. But more seriously, it can be anything in the world, as long as it comes from your heart. Working towards this goal you want in your life is what will really bring you joy. Now, don't get me wrong, it won't be easy. There will be obstacles in your way, but it's in challenging ourselves and overcoming these obstacles that will allow us to learn about ourselves and grow. And learning about ourselves and growing as individuals is what makes being a human so worth it. Of course, this only scratches the surface. Emotions are a very weird and complicated matter, and understanding them is a lifelong process for us. I still don't understand mine all the way, but it's important to not let negative emotions get the best of us and control our lives. But of course, friends, never believe what I say. Life is a learning experience. Try these things out for yourself. Watch your emotional state, pay attention, and next time you find yourself face to face with an uncomfortable feeling, try a mindfulness exercise. Take a few deep breaths and connect back with the amazing world around you. Then ask yourself, why do I feel this way? More often than not, the answer might be right there for you. Stay weird, friends.